Hi there, we are about to do question number 3 in the word problem practice, so let's get going. Number 3 says, the ACT is a college entrance exam taken by high school students. The maximum score that can be earned is 36. The average score in the United States was 21.2 during a recent year. The average score for Vermont students that year was 7.5% higher than the national average. What was the average ACT score for Vermont students? Round your answer to the nearest tenth. Okay. So we want to take the average score of the US and say that it was 21.2. We want to say that Vermont was 7.5% higher. So we're trying to figure out what their score would be. We want to figure out what 7.5% higher than 21.2 is. Now, they've done something that's quite rude in here. And they have given us a piece of information that's not actually useful. So technically, if we're doing everything right, we're going to put max score equals 36. But that's not actually useful. It's not. So irrelevant. We're sticking with the US and Vermont. Don't need to worry about anything else. So I need to figure out what my final would be, what my original would be, and my percent change. Okay. The final amount honestly shouldn't be the first thing that we have on the list. So let's skip down to the percent change, because that's going to actually be the easiest one for you to find. So do this one first. When you're looking for what the percent change of a problem is, if you have a percent, then that is probably the percent change, okay? We're just going to make a pretty blanket statement there, okay? So 7.5% higher. That is going to be our percent change. Okay. Cool. I've used that piece. The original. You can think about what is going to be 7.5% higher. What's going on here? The score is going to be 7.5% higher than it was originally in the US, basically. So the US is going to be kind of our baseline. You can think about it as a baseline. And the final is going to be just Vermont. So let's plug this in. Final minus original over original equals percent of change. And you saw in the one for the video for number 2 how to really plug that in. I want to specify that's not a negative or anything. That's just a little dash. So plug it in. Your Vermont score, you can call it X or you can call it V. You're just going to have some variable, okay? Some variable for the final. Plug in the original and the percent of change and solve. All right? Sounds good.